Alright, so now we're going to set up the rest of our sheets. I've gone back to this last video kind of showing you what you should have. So this, your building should look a lot like this. With this type of structure and the different views. Okay, so one thing I do want you to have is a southwest axon. So to set that up, you just you use your 3D view and then use this here and click the corner. So you can easily move from one orientation to another by just clicking these. And you can also then go to kind of elevational views. So just do that. And then let's just walk through real quick the other levels and kind of what they should look like. So you should have dimensions on at least one of the plans. Oh, let me go ahead and I'll go to a sheet. So this is kind of what my sheet looks like. I'm going to dimension the grid on level 1. I don't need the reflective ceiling plan for this one, but I'll have a mezzanine level, and that should show my spacing for the trusses. And then I should have elevations. So I'm going to have on my A4 sheet, and you can see that I haven't updated, so make sure that you do update all of your views and tidy up. I always default to trying to align. You see right down here there's a blue line and it's trying to align. I'm actually surprised that it's not aligning. Looks like it must be aligning the drawing and not the column grid. So I'll have to decide whether I really want to have the columns align. Oh. So there's a bit of kind of last minute fussiness that you'll want to take care of. I'm just going to default to having my grid, even though it's A and C down here, I'll have them line up. Definitely want to have the titles line up. So you'll go ahead and do that for all your elevations. I won't immediately clean this one up, and that should do it. We will get an A1, an A3, an A4, and an A5 is what I would expect. Plus, then there's one more shot, and that's this one. So we want to have the view that 3D view, and if yours, once you switch, looks like this, it's easy to change the size of a view by going to size and cropping and then putting in something that might be a little bit more effective. It used to be that you could have this apply in proportionally. I don't see that as an option right now. Alright. And then I might go in and, if it's cropping funny, I'll make that happen. So something like that. Alright, so the big one that you don't have currently is this one. So let's get into kind of how that's created. Alright, so what you're going to do at this point, you have this A10 sheet, and we're going to put in our details, which is essentially just an Axon and then a camera view. So to create the camera view, what I want you to do is go to mezzanine level, and then go to view and click on camera view, and then choose a spot. You know, maybe it's right there looking at the corner. You want to get a kind of a nice shot of your structure. You can see that this one, you know, maybe I didn't want to be right behind a column, so I'll do something like that. But you can see it's also a little bit, you know, it's not very dramatic, and it's not kind of really showing off much, because what tends to happen in the default for Revit is to create a very small cone of vision. So it's appropriate for you to pull that cone of vision to a certain degree out, so that you can get kind of more of a wide angle lens view. So at this point, it's really just kind of you know, moving around. I'm walking away. You know, maybe something like that would be pretty cool. You have all these controls over here. You can look up, you can look down. Now maybe that's even better. I can kind of see the foundation walls and so forth. So this would be, you know, I'll call this the truss, you know, detail 2. And, you know, maybe on my sheet, I like that even better than this one. I can just replace it. So I'll just take that out, throw down this one, crop the size. Okay, here it says scale, so I can scale this one just fine. So I'm locking the proportions, and then I'm going to, you know, make it, I don't know, 14. Apply. Alright, that looks pretty good. I might use my crop window, double clicking inside of it to kind of increase and make it, you know, align. It's always good. It is actually, I kind of demand it, that you take a little bit of time to clean up your drawings, get things aligned, titles, viewports and whatnot, so it looks presentable. In fact, you know, to make this kind of best, I'll just center it on the page, and that's it. Voila. One last little tidbit on setting up your drawings. You might notice as I zoom into this view that actually it looks really good as far as having these kind of nice outlines around the edges. So I want to show you that real quick, and you guys can apply it to yours. So let's just go over here to this one, which has kind of the normal situation. Has maybe slightly darker at certain places, but overall not really showing you any hierarchy in line weight. Well, let's change that. So you want to activate the view, or you could just be in the view over here, and then you go down here under this graphic display options, and right now we're at hidden line, which is what I want you guys to use. And you go under the options and you look for one. We want a smooth line anti-aliasing. That essentially turns kind of anything diagonal. It'll do this kind of stepping to make that line a diagonal line. So this smooths that out, makes it kind of more continuous line. So you want to hit that. And then you want to see under here silhouettes. So that is the edge, the outline of objects. So you apply that to wide lines. And you'll see immediately it does get a little muddy here with the trusses, but overall the general effect that you're going to get on most objects is really good. It's just on these that have a lot of poly surfaces that it gets a little muddy. So I'm going to default to wide. You might play around and find that you want to hit something else, but that's about it. And the other thing is, once you've found like you like this view, and you want to make sure that you don't kind of accidentally orbit. Whoa. Just close that bad boy. You don't accidentally orbit off of that view. What you can do is you can lock it, and that will essentially keep you from being able to do anything. So if you need to unlock it, just click here again. You can unlock it. All right, that's it.